What's up everyone, Jason Brown here, the king of programming. We are talking about dynamic effort training today, and we're gonna get right into it. All right guys, on my last few videos, I've talked about explosive strength training via plyometrics. I've also talked about 4 strength methods a few videos back. If you haven't seen that one, I'd highly recommend checking it out. But one of the methods in that video is the method that I usually see as low-hanging fruit for a lot of people. Most people aren't utilizing a lot of speed training, and most people tend to lean on more of the heavy work as opposed to the velocity-based work, which is what we're talking about here today. So many of you have chimed in and have asked more questions about that, which is something I have seen over the years. I think that there's a lot to be gained as far as the knowledge is concerned with different styles of training. So we're gonna go through an actual session real time. I'm gonna talk about why I'm doing what I'm doing, how it could be potentially beneficial for you, and show you real time what it looks like. I think there's no better way to learn than by doing it. All right guys, come on over to the whiteboard. We're gonna talk about what we have going on today. So today is Friday. It's a speed-based day for me in my programming, full body strength day with a speed emphasis. So I'm doing 2 things. I'm doing a sumo speed pull deadlift for 8 sets of 3, and I'm gonna superset that with a plyo push-up to bench. Again, this is something I talked about in my previous video, so I would highly recommend checking that out. So we're gonna do this in a superset fashion today. Again, power emphasis. We've got a speed strength movement with our speed pull deadlift. I am gonna use chains, which I will talk about how to use that and potentially leverage using accommodating resistance, but if you don't have chains, stick around at the end of the video. I will talk about how to execute this without chains. And then we're gonna do our plyo push-up to bench. And we're gonna go back and forth between the 2 for 8 sets of 3 reps, resting about 45 to 60 seconds between exercises, going through all sets with 1 load or 1 intent across all of those sets as far as how fast we're moving, and then we'll move on to the rest of the session today. For this session, I'm gonna talk about just the speed component, so we're not gonna get into any of the accessory-based work, which we might do on future videos. If you wanna see what the rest of the session looks like, I'm happy to show you that to you guys. If you want to, just let me know in the comments. All right, so we got set 1, 3 reps. I'm gonna reset on each set. I'm using about 40% of my 1 rep, so I'm going pretty light today. I'm just getting warmed up. I've done a few sets already. I've got about 100 pounds of chains here. Typically, when I prescribe dynamic effort training, I'm laughing already because I know there's gonna be a lot of questions. People tend to overanalyze chains and bands and all that good stuff, and there's certainly a place for it, but don't overanalyze it is what I wanna preface this by saying. I typically use about 25 to 30% of my max in chain weight. Why is it beneficial? Well, it gives us the ability to match the strength curve. The chains unload the most as we go through range of motion and go to lockout position with the deadlift. It also allows us to maintain good bar speed across all sets, as opposed to just using, say, 65 or 70% of my 1 rep max where I'm just using straight weight, where we invariably get some deceleration of the bar as fatigue starts to set in across multiple sets. So let's knock out our first set. So as I talked about before, we're doing a full body session today. So being a power-based session, I've got obviously a movement for my lower body, and I've got a movement for pressing for the upper body. Now, you could do this a number of ways. It doesn't have to necessarily be with a deadlift variation. You could use a squat variation. You could use Olympic lifts, would fit for speed strength work. And in this case today, I have this is what's on the docket for me. So speed pull deadlift and plyo push up to bench. And the rest of the session will include the rest of our foundational movement pattern strength, but more of a repeated effort setting for that additional work today. So going back and forth, again, 8 sets of 3. I've now rested about 60 seconds, so I'm gonna knock out my set of push-ups. All right, we're finishing up the session. I just finished up the full session as well as my dynamic effort and explosive strength work. So a few caveats to this. The goal is speed. Don't grind weights. If you're grinding weights or you're going heavier for the sake of just going heavier, that's not the answer with this. You want to adjust the weight based on you. You are different than me. If you are not using chains, adjust the percentage up or down. It might be even down for some people if you're not using accommodating based resistance. Plyo push-up, great variation, but again, not a one size fits. So you can vary that a number of ways. But remember that the intent with this is to move fast. It helps us develop force. It helps us be athletic. It gives you a change of pace. Guys, a change of pace is important. How motivated you are to do training is important. If you're a coach, this is training that can span all populations. Now, how you deliver it might vary for someone that's in their elderly years versus someone that's my age, but with anything, knowing how to plug this in is super important. So with that said, we always know that training can be done two ways, the right way or the wrong way. This is one of the ways that's right, and maximizing athleticism should be a part of everyone's program. Until next time, guys, results are king. All right, guys, I really appreciate you hanging on for today's video. Everything I talk about in all of my YouTube videos is in my programs. I have some of the best programs in Train Heroic, so check them out. The link is in the show notes.